Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Snake Doc here. I know it's been a while since I made a video and I've just been busy with a lot of things, and I'm kind of debating on where I want to go with some videos and if I want to get a new camera and start doing some different editing and stuff, because it seems like YouTube's suppressing my views anyway, so I don't know if it's really worth me investing in something like that. So go ahead and drop a comment if you think that's something that I should do, or if I should just stay with going the route that I am right now. So what I want to do today is we're going to do a gun versus gun comparison. And I got two hammer fired pistols here. These are technically full-size duty style pistols. And the first one that we have is my SAR CM9 Gen 2. And what we have as its competitor today is a P226. So let's talk about why I chose these two, because initially I was going to do my Beretta 92X versus the P226, but I think there's enough Beretta versus Sig videos out there, and I kind of wanted to show what I think about this gun and why I think it's an awesome value, and we can kind of look at the differences here and some of the similarities as well. So let's go real quick through a feature breakdown of each pistol, and I will show you all the options that are on this, and then we can talk about some other models that are available. So this is a SAR USA version CM9 Gen 2. So the original Gen 1 would have been the CM9 or Combat Master 9. It was also known as the K2P. So what they did when they changed this was they changed some of the grip texture. They made it a little more ergonomic. They got rid of some of the real hard edges right here, kept the beaver tail, replaceable back straps, comes with small, medium, and large. Unfortunately, mine did not come with a small. It came with two mediums and a large, so I stippled this one. So this was the pattern that was on there, and all I did was just some light stippling on there because this grip, even though it's very ergonomic, it is somewhat slippery. I also did GT 5000 grip tape in each of the three finger grooves that are featured on the front of the frame here. I don't have a mag in this right now because my mags that I have for this are loaded. This is my bedside table gun, and normally I have a light on it and stuff like that, but this is a true 1913 style rail. You can get a rail on the P226 as well. The only one that's going to be 1913 is on the MK25 model. Or I think it's also known as like the P226R Navy. But otherwise, it has a Sig rail on it, which has a slope to it. So not all your lights will fit ideally on it. I had a X300U on a Sig for a while, and it was a really kind of an awkward fit. Your mileage may vary. So again, this is a CZ style variant, or Witness, if you will, where it has the frame that fits over top of the slide as opposed to the slide fitting over top of the frame rails. So I'm not going to get into a bore axis argument, but say what you will about that. These are going to be pretty comparable. I don't notice a big difference. It's just a different way of manufacturing the pistol. However, what I will say is you do have less real estate on your slide, so manipulating it, you have to... This has really good serrations on it, but like some of the regular CZs that are like that, or the Witnesses, they can sometimes be tough to grab a hold of the slide and get it in a nice spot to work it. Manual safety, this is single action, double action, so this can be cocked and locked. There is no decocker, you would have to do that manually. So you can lower the hammer like this, and then you would have double action. We know it's unloaded because I don't have a mag in it, and I already worked the action. So there's half cock position, there's full cock position. This has a really nice trigger on it. There's your take up, there's your brake. There is some over travel on there. Excuse me. There is a little bit of over travel on there, but it's really nice. Let's show, I'll pull through in double action. So reset is still going there. You heard it click, and there it is. I did some trigger action work on this gun, and it is phenomenal now. Box stock, it's slightly gritty, and double action is somewhat heavy, but on a nice consistent pull through, it's a nice trigger pull. It has a adjustable rear sight that is part metal and part plastic, I believe. It might be all metal. I don't have a magnet here. But you can see it has hash marks right here for setting up your windage, and you can do elevation as well. You can see there's a little bit of gap under it. So there's your windage adjustment and there's your elevation adjustment. I blacked out my rear sights, rear dots. Sorry if I was off camera right there. And then I did fluorescent orange in the front white dot. I just really like that sight picture. Very similar to a Beretta 92X sight picture. Again, extremely ergonomic controls. It's going to feel really good in your hand. If it doesn't, I don't know why it doesn't. Reversible magazine catch on here. So it is not ambidextrous, but it is reversible. And then some jimping here all over the trigger guard, front and rear, but a nice high undercut. And again, very subtle finger grooves and replaceable back straps. This is like a 3.7, 3.6 inch barrel, somewhere around there. So this would be more size like the P229, which I do not consider a compact gun. It is still a very substantial gun. Matter of fact, it's a little bit wider than a P226. So even though it does have a shorter barrel length, it is a little bit wider. So this is also loaded chamber indicator. It's not, it's a sight hole. So you can tell when you have a round in the chamber, you'd be able to see your brass or your steel case through there, whatever kind of ammo you're running, maybe even aluminum. External extractor and your slide stop can function as a real nice slide release, and that is also how the gun takes down. So we'll get to that in a minute. I do want to show you something though. I don't have the SAR mag here, but here's P226 mag. You can see right there, and it locked in, but it doesn't hold open, or it holds open jammed like that. So then if I drop the mag, you can see how the slide went down. So it doesn't quite fit, but it's interesting that it's in there. It's locked in. I can't get it out. We can try it with the other one here. And the same thing. So P226 mag bodies. We know that CZ75B mags will work in here. As well as like your Canik clones. So your Canik T120, P120, whatever other ones, the S120, those style of witness type guns. So let's move on to the Sig. Now the Sig is available in about 55 different flavors. This is just this has the E2 grip on it. But this was originally just a standard configuration. I guess it's called like their Nitron version or whatever. So this was a police trade-in. This is in 40 caliber. I put True Glow fiber optic sights on there. It's got a red front and green rear. This, if you're looking at used SIGs, and this is my opinion, so don't jump on me or harp on me, look for a solid pin right here and a short ejector or extractor. I'm sorry, I always get those two. Everybody gets those two mixed up. Short extractor, solid pin. Those seem to be some of the best. Those are around mid-2000 era guns, and those were amongst some of the most reliable and best SIGs out there. Some people think the long extractor is cool. I don't know. I've heard hit and miss reviews about it. I've never owned one, thankfully. So all of my SIGs that I've owned have been reliable. But I did do the E2 grip swap on here because it is way more ergonomic. It's nothing to do with hand size for me. It's more about the ergos and the texture. The texture is way better. Regular P226 grips are extremely slippery. And, you know, you can get G10. You can also get the Hogue over molds with the finger grooves and stuff, but that really adds a lot of bulk to the gun. This I own, my last one I owned, my P226R 9mm that I had those grips on it, and I thought they were outstanding. So I definitely ordered a pair, and you can get the complete swap over kit. It has a new hammer strut and stuff that you need. It's like 40 bucks from Sig. They used to be more expensive, but prices come down on them. So what we have here is a double action, single action firearm, just like this one, but this one is decocker. And so there would be your single action, and then it decocks into double action. You can see the hammer is not all the way forward onto the firing pin, and that is one of the safety features about a Sig. This is your slide release. You can see it's in a different position than this one. So we are back, farther back. So if you're used to this manual of arms, which almost every gun has, yeah, it may take you a minute that you're just mashing on this decocker lever and like, why won't the slide go forward? That is because this is your slide release. So we got an empty firearm, no magazine in there, and you can see that sends it home. Then you can decock it and you're in double action, then you're in a safe way to carry. There's different trigger styles as well. This is a standard trigger. There's what's called a short reach trigger, not to be confused with the short reset trigger, which is a different altogether mechanism in here. If you have an SRT, short reach trigger, it's a very fine blade. It is not as fat. It's not all this metal right here. It's a lot skinnier. So if you have small hands, you would probably want to order an SRT trigger, not a short reset kit, and E2 grips, and that would give you a shorter reach in double action if you had trouble with that. When you go to single action, you can see the trigger stage is back, so if you can't reach that, you shouldn't own it. Anodized aluminum frame, stainless steel slide. The slides even say stainless on them. This is nitron coat, but it is stainless underneath. And that was to be able to handle the pressures of 40 cal and 357 Sig. P226s used to be years and years ago, and I had one, if you look back in my videos, where it was called the folded slide, where it was a stamped sheet metal slide, and then it had a pinned in carrier in here that had your firing pin mechanism and things like that. So that was suitable for 9mm, just like the P228 is suitable for 9mm. When they did the 229 and when 40 cal became part of their lineup in 357 Sig, they needed a stronger slide, so they went to stainless. So that is what it is there. I can't remember. I don't know if these are reversible off the top of my head. I'm not a lefty, so I don't ever worry about that. I apologize if it's not. It looks like it wouldn't be. So I don't know if those are reversible. You can get, like I said, there's tons of different 226s. There's Nightmare, there's Tac Ops, there's the MK25 that I mentioned earlier. The list goes on and on and on. And, you know, some of them have a beaver tail. Some of them are all steel without an alloy bottom. There's an X5 version, which is a competition type style. This is just your standard run-of-the-mill gun. So this is going to weigh a little bit more than this one because this is aluminum and steel, whereas this is polymer and steel. So let's put them on the scale here since I have it right here, and we can talk weights. We're going to go to ounces. I'm going to try getting that in frame. There you go. We'll leave the mags out because I don't have the proper mag, and then we can just, I mean, a mag weighs 3.35 ounces, 3.39, so about 3.4 ounces you're going to want to add. So the P226, 29.66 ounces with the E2 grip kit on it. I got different sights, but the factory sights are steel too. These are steel as well. And then here's our CM9 Gen 2, 26.17. So about a 3-ounce difference. Let's look at them side by side and look at how you can see the 4.4-inch barrel on the Sig. And you can see that it is about a 1/2 inch longer than this. Otherwise, from the breech back, they're about identical. If you look at them, move this way, your P226 is just a hair shorter. I mean, literally, it's probably 2 millimeters or less. But there is just that slight of a difference. Now, standard capacities. So this is in 40 cal. This says 12 round, but I think it's 13. They could be 12. 9 millimeter, you can do 15. They also make 17 and 18 flush fit mags. They make a 20 round mag, which has your Metgar Plus 2 base plate on there. These, you can fit the 18 round flush fit CZ75 mags in here, no problem. I think even the Canic versions, no, I don't think so. There's a 17 round mag, there's a 16 round mag. This comes with two 17 round mags when you purchase it. But you can do the plus 2 on there and get 19. I think CZ, they might even have 21 round mags, which Sig has 21 round mags too. But you know, you can always get extensions. But for a flush fit, you're looking at in 9 millimeter, 15, 17, 18 for sure. On this one, same thing, 15, 16, 17, 18. I know there's all 4 of those that you can get depending on if you're going to run Witness mags, or CZ75 or SAR mags. So again, manual safety. You can also run the manual safety on this when it's in double action, and it will lock it this way, and you cannot manipulate the slide then. But if the safety comes off, then you can manipulate it, and then you can go back to safe, and then you can run cocked and locked. So P226 trigger, nice. It's just different. You get that weird sensation because the hammer smacks the firing pin and then it comes back off. So when it hits, it gives you like a bouncy sensation, and you can feel that somewhat through your trigger finger. Whereas this one, it rests like right there, it's on the firing pin. Both these have internal firing pin blocks, so it is safe. The Sig just has the additional layer of safety by resting your hammer somewhat off your firing pin. So single action, double action, single action, double action. The short reset trigger is nice. I had it on my last one. It's not something that I necessarily need. I guess if you were going to do competition or IDPA with it, you might want to. But to me, this gun resets right there. So that's not bad. And, you know, you're right. There's some take up again then, but you can feel a substantial wall. Just squeeze through it. It's a really easy gun to shoot, and it's an easy gun to shoot accurately. So I don't do takedowns in videos that I'm trying to monetize anymore because YouTube is ridiculous about that. But anyhow, look up videos on this. All you do on this is line up your 2 dots and pop your slide stop off, and you can pull the top end off. On a Sig, it's just lock your slide back, flip your takedown lever, and let your slide go forward, hold on to it, and it'll come right off. So there we go. You're going to pay at least twice as much for a Sig over this. When you could get 226 and 229 40 cal trade-ins, you could find them as low as, I remember them going as low as $299. Those days are long gone. I think I paid almost 500 shipped for this one. And the night sights were dead on it. I had Sig Light night sights on it, but they were dead. And this, I got this, I think $279 or $299 from Kentucky Gun Company. So you're at $300 brand new on these. MSRP on a Sig is almost $1,000. So way overpriced to go buy them new, but phenomenal guns to have in your collection if you get a good deal on a used one. And you used to be able to get used P226 9mm, just standard nitrons. You used to be able to get those all day for $500. Now I see them selling for $750 to $850 used. So you might want to wait it out, or hopefully you can locate some police trade-ins like I was able to. So I'm going to wrap up right there. Sorry it's been a while since I made a video. Again, like I said, I'm not really buying any guns or anything like that. So I'm mainly just trying to look out for when I find ammo in stock at a decent price right now. Everything that China Joe is doing to this country right now is just very anti-gun, unfortunately, which is, their narrative is all wrong. It's all wrong. You don't restrict law-abiding citizens from getting firearms because those aren't the people committing the crimes. The people that are committing the crimes are, either mentally unstable or they're getting guns illegally. So what do they care about gun laws, right? Anyways, that's my soapbox. So thank you guys for watching, and always shoot safe.